What a great way to start the show. Welcome to the Mazu, everybody. We're back with the Heroes of Awesome on Constellation. Welcome back after all this time. And it looks like Taylor Swift.
It's a unicorn.
I mean, Taylor Swift. I mean, yeah, right? For those of you who have been around a while, I love the fact that Taylor Swift's back on set. I just love that. Like, I need to figure out a way to, like, maybe Taylor Swift should be in the hallways.
You're courting a lawsuit, my friend.
Maybe. Or maybe she will really like it and one day she shows up.
Yeah.
Huh?
She does reward her fans.
She does do that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say 3 words. Admiral Taylor Swift.
Admiral Taylor Swift, absolutely.
Admirable Taylor
That
Swift.
could be that could be Taylor Swift right there, y'all.
Taylor, is that you?
Is that Taylor? It's not Taylor, but it's close enough. Hi, Kate. Hi, Kate. Welcome aboard. We've already started the stream, so hi. Welcome on the things. Hello. Hello, everybody.
And we're just really excited that Kate's here.
We're really excited to be
Yes.
here. Yay, Kate. Kate made it. Gotta love it. Just keep fighting. Gotta love it. Okay, let's get some stuff out of the way. First of all, welcome back. It's been 6 weeks. For those of you who may have missed the memo, had a baby.
Yeah.
We did it. Had a little baby. His name is Caden, and he is upstairs. There very well could be an instant tonight where you may hear Caden. I don't know, but you may. So if you hear something weird, it's a triple.
Or baby. Ship
Or-
baby.
It's a red alert.
They have a lot in common at this age,
Yeah,
though.
They
so.
really do. They
Baby
really
triple.
do. Yeah. So anyways, we've had 6 weeks off. It's time to get back into the swing of things. So here we are back to continue the adventures. Let me remind you of a few things. First thing, if you're here watching and you're watching us live on Twitch, or even if you're watching a rerun on Twitch, because we do that sometimes, make sure you follow down there. And if you really like the show and you really want to support us while you're here on Twitch, go ahead and subscribe. Makes a big, big difference, y'all. Seriously. Because I'm going to need to start hiring a babysitter. Anyway, let's see what else we got. Oh, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe on YouTube as well. Do that thing.
There we go.
Noise is off. Let me think. Oh, yeah. If you really like what we're doing, another way you can support us is going to Patreon and being a patron at patreon.com/Heroes of Awesome. We can put your name on the little scroller down on the thing. We can give you discounts to the store where you can get some Heroes of Awesome, Dungeons and Dragons swag or other things that pop up every once in a while. So you can go in there and show some support. That's probably one of the best ways you can do it. Don't forget there are bits and tips and all the things, but this is Twitch. You know how this works. You're here. You're watching. You're doing the things. Let me see if there's anything else I forgot. Oh, before I forget, I want to give another special thanks to Strategic Dino. They went and made us some custom threat and momentum tokens for the game. These are really awesome, and they are selling those on their website. So check out Strategic Dino and check these things out. I may actually be giving away a set of these next week. And we may have some coupons as well, even if you don't get one. So, keep your eye out next week for that. We'll be giving away some of these live on stream to somebody who's watching. Tell your friends. Let's see, what else we got? Am I forgetting anything? I don't think I'm forgetting anything. I think that's pretty much all we've got. We went over the baby. We went over the things. We went over the baby. And I think that's pretty much it. Biscuit's already in the house. Hey, Biscuit. Oh, and there's Jordan already in the house.
Hi.
Hello. And while we're talking about that, let's go ahead and introduce anybody. Over to my left, we've got left. You're on the top. I always forget where you guys are on the screen. At the top, on my left, we've got Barrett, Cindy, and Angie.
Howdy.
Hello. Over to my right, down on the bottom, we have Jordan and Kate. We've got a lot of catching up to do, y'all. It's been 6 weeks. Unless we don't have anything else to talk about, I think we can look at the log from last week. This one from Lieutenant Commander Walter Newman. Wait a minute. Where's it at? There it is. What is that? Oh, that's what that is.
Personal log, Lieutenant Commander Walter Newman. I was given my dream and it is quickly turning into a nightmare. I was captured by Orion pirates while attempting negotiation on my first away mission. During a tense standoff between the Ariani and refugees, I angered both the captain of the Ariani capture ship and the captain of the refugee ship. I expected a court-martial for my poor performance and escalation of a difficult situation, although I feel the Ariani gave us little choice. Additionally, I upset CMO Nahil due to a perceived delay in care for the ill of the refugee ship. He does not trust my ability to make decisions. Most recently, we continued our pursuit of Dr. Jennifer Prescott to Ajilon Prime, hoping to speak with a relative, one Amber Prescott. I felt I was suited to the situation. However, all my attempts to connect with Amber led to her becoming more fearful, angry, scared, and recalcitrant. CSO Morgan handled the situation with a level of emotional intelligence I would not have expected, making connection with both Amber and her daughter and getting the information we required. While I was struggling, CMO Nahil was helping nearby victims of the Regalian flu on Ajilon Prime. All of the other members of the senior staff are performing admirably. This leaves me questioning my place on the ship. I find myself disheartened, but I must not let anyone know. I have a duty, and I will fulfill it. Perhaps I needed to be humbled. I am not at a negotiating table here. Change tactics to meet changing situations is either that or be asked to be sent back to the diplomacy corps and give up my dream. After drinking and eating and bonding with the senior staff, it would be heartbreaking to fall on my sword. Maybe it's the only choice. Doubt. Just another trial. I will get through it.
So we're back on Ajilon.
I'm German.
So stoic.
So I think we left off right as you all finished having that conversation. Well, actually, no, we left off with you and Jarona Reese, I believe.
Yes.
So yeah, let's jump back on because the medical situation has been handled. You all had your conversation with Amber Prescott. Do you want to meet back on the ship? Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get back on the ship and do a debrief with the captain for all this stuff. So back in the ready room, Captain. Everybody get a debrief.
All right. Well, we narrowly missed that court-martial. Congratulations, everybody. I know that you were all faced with a lot of really difficult choices to make, but I'm really proud of how everybody came together, did the job, did the work. What information, if any, did we learn from Amber Prescott or Jennifer Prescott regarding her mother, Amber?
No, other way. Amber's
Well, Amber's the
about her
sister.
Amber's the sister, and
Well, there's a daughter.
There's a daughter, Jennifer.
There's a little Jennifer.
Yeah, there's a little Jennifer.
That's
and then
right.
There's
named after her aunt, who we're trying to track down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Jennifer Jr.
I made a chart if we need to.
Thank you. That's very helpful, Mr. Nahil. So, was there any information that was gleaned from that away mission that we can use to go forward?
Oh, yes. One, like Jennifer Prescott is definitely alive. Is probably the biggest takeaway, as well as Shal Asequin, and her Endorian colleague. Yeah.
Was with her when she visited.
Yeah, they were together.
So, contrary to anything that Starfleet has on these two individuals, it seems like there's a misalignment in terms of they are considered missing according to Starfleet records.
No, I think according to Starfleet records, Jennifer Prescott is either non-existent or dead. Right. Yeah.
She's listed as deceased.
Yeah.
Listed as deceased, but clearly not.
And then Shaw showed up in Endorian security records.
Yeah, but there was no mention of him.
Yeah, both of
Anywhere
them
else.
just appear to have been wiped from the system.
So either they're hiding or someone's trying to hide them.
It did seem like at this point it is them that are hiding, and not, they don't appear to be in connection, or at least that was, I don't know about you, so, but.
They seem to be able to travel as they like. And I don't think Jennifer would put her family at risk if she thought she was being chased or hunted.
They were certainly not in any sort of financially backed equipment. Shuttlecraft. Didn't they need
They had to steal the runabout down on
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Well, they came
they
in a
were
runabout
initially
and
in the
then,
runabout from the station.
right, and then they stole another one.
Yeah.
They switched ships.
So they are covering the tracks for some reason.
I'm not sure I would agree with the assessment that Jennifer wouldn't put her family in danger necessarily.
Yeah, it is a risk,
Yeah.
but she must have done it for a reason.
But I just don't think that it doesn't appear that currently they are agents of anyone, and rather that they are reactive and not strategic.
I think it's also possible that the work they were doing was so classified that their records had been stripped before. Given the backstory about attending a funeral.
That was my impression
like
as well.
Jennifer has been dead for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have been the work that caused the disappearance, the blacking out.
The work which would seem to have caught the attention of the Romulan Empire, who hired the Orion pirates in the first place, and then eliminated them.
Starfleet.
Well, for certain, I'm still relatively convinced that the station was, if unofficially, under Starfleet command or control. I mean, there's a reason they knew about it. There's a reason we were sent there.
I don't entirely agree with that assessment. I do think there are reasons we knew about it. I'm not sure that I am quite as convinced
Yeah.
that it was under Starfleet's operation.
I tend to agree with you only because there's still so many unknown factors, right? We still don't know enough about the research that they were doing, although we have some ideas based on the equipment that was broken/stolen on the space station, right? What can we do to find out more about any leads on where they might have gone?
Were we able to pin down any kind of transponder signal off of the runabout that they stole that we might be able to track?
We're getting that information from the administrator, I believe. Did you get that?
Yes.
Can we roll to verify?
You can roll to check and see if you can find that transponder. I'll just let you roll that for a sensor sweep.
You roll to take better notes.
Yeah, you can do a sensor sweep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to need some help remember how to do all these rolls.
Let me look at my handy dandy.
Handy dandy cheat sheet for sensors.
I did have a question about the timeline because the runabout was stolen 2 days prior. Would that have been before the quake?
Would have been before the quake.
So if they stole that, that means that they were in and out off the colony. Or at least they stole the runabout before the quake. If little Jennifer's memory was correct and Aunt Jennifer had been there the day before, then that puts them at the colony for at least a day.
In time for the quake, right?
Because the quake at that point was a day prior.
I don't think at this point you know how long they were there. It's possible they could still be on Ajilon, but it's possible they could have been gone by then.
But just basically the runabout being stolen was not on the same day as,
No, that was before the quake, for sure.
yeah. And then it sounded like she was there either when the quake occurred or right after.
She was there before.
She was there visiting? Like
You're talking about the missing Jennifer Prescott?
yes.
Missing Jennifer Prescott was there before the quake hit.
Dr. Jennifer Prescott.
Dr.
Okay,
Jennifer Prescott.
nice.
Thank you. Good job.
Okay. So
The time could have been like flippity floppity and the whole thing, but Jennifer Prescott was there on the colony before the quake hit.
okay. So the little girl was remembering. Okay.
She's a little girl. She's a little girl.
We got what we needed. That came out
Okay.
weird.
Want to do a sensor?
We got what we needed from the girl.
Balta, you want to run that sensor sweep?
Yeah, is it difficulty 3?
Difficulty 1.
Difficulty
Actually, I'll give
one.
you difficulty 1 on that.
So I'm just rolling 2.
Yep.
Okay. Got 1 success.
We'll do it. You're not picking up the transponder anywhere on your sensors.
Okay. The transponder does not appear to be within sensor range.
All right, what else can we try to see what we can do to get a lead on following them or picking up anything on their trail?
Would they have left behind any kind of trace signal that would have given us a sense of at least trajectory, or
Unless she left some sort of information with her sister.
No.
I think we got everything from the way the commanders described it.
Trail is now at least a day cold.
A month.
There's a trail,
We just have to
I will
find
say. Yeah.
Well, we also now know that Shal Azakeen is still in play.
Oh, yeah. I'm
so
just
that's
saying,
another lead that we could investigate.
At this point, we're chasing a person and not a ghost.
Yes.
And I do think that that is a win, if you will.
Well, since we've got Shell,
Shal.
since we've got
A-E-L.
A-E-L.
A-A-L.
A-A-L.
You know, it's possible
What
I just made that
if-
spelling up.
If I can just spitball an idea here. If they left before the quake and were anywhere in the vicinity, then they would have been hit by its effects. Is there any way we can calculate minimum distances that they could have traveled and anywhere they might have needed to go for safe harbor or repairs, that we might be able to send out a general, I think the old Terran phrase would be APB.
I'm a little worried about that only just because if they're on the run, any indication that we're going after them is going to get them deeper into hiding.
Well, not necessarily asking about the name, but I mean, we have the information about the runabout, so we could see if there were any registrations of any of the shuttle's numbers, or at least give us another
official channels, though, if they are on the run. Is there a way, as our chief medical officer, is there a way to possibly, since Shal does have a record in security records, is there a way to maybe lock on to a DNA or some kind of genetic sequence or signature that we're able to pick up on in a kind of radius for as far as they could travel?
I would need a prior sample to test against anything we might locate, but setting up any kind of trace, I mean, it's beyond my expertise.
Okay.
Now that they are in a shuttle that is known to be stolen from a place that isn't a top secret facility, we could ask her after that shuttle without raising quite so many
Right,
red
that's what I
flags.
was saying.
Yeah.
How would you do that?
We would say that on behalf of Ajilon Prime, we are in pursuit of stolen merchandise. It might, I mean,
It would tip them off that we were looking for them.
I think it might also have the, the fact that Starfleet would be in pursuit of stolen.
At the very least, I would presume that if they're on the run and they know that they're needing to cover their tracks, a stolen shuttle is going to raise questions. They're going to be looking to change transports probably at their next port of call. But if we can discover where that next port of call was, then it at least gives us...
I wonder, I mean, you just said they're trying to cover their tracks. Presumably, if they were in the radius during the event, during the incident, time quake, if you will.
It's just a
It was just a quake space.
Very
space
brandable,
Space
though.
Quake.
Anyhow, they are looking to cover their tracks and they're looking to hide. So what we might start out with is seeing what within a reasonable distance might provide cover for them
Okay.
before we start asking any questions.
I like it. Let's see if we can identify some good targets and generate a report. Yeah.
So it's like what's within range.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what space-worthy locations are within range that they could go to swap a ship again.
Right. That would also potentially have been affected by the quake.
Yeah.
I gotta do some research real quick, y'all. Talk amongst yourselves. Sure.
I just realized I didn't do the thing.
What thing? Oh,
Oh.
do the thing. TV
While
timeout
he's-
while I'm looking something
While
up.
he's researching. Why are you shaking your head,
Because
Jordan?
I've been looking forward to this.
I picked up Star Trek Mad Libs over the break. I'm doing the first one because it's short. Thank you to the good folks on social media who contributed to this. This is the most famous intro ever. Behind the dryer, the final dune buggy. These are the voyages of the starship Flabbergast. It's 13.194 year mission to slingshot strange new puppies, to seek out new whiskey and new toilets, to boldly go where no koi has gone before.
Not hard.
Cue sexy music.
Yeah.
I would watch this.
Wow, chicken.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Not the puppies.
Wow.
Not the puppies. Puppies is weird.
I mean, maybe
Flabbergast was mine.
maybe they're slingshotted into
Bow,
bowls of
chicka,
kibble, and it's a very soft landing, kind of like bubble pits, but like
They're like
puppy
pillows.
appropriate.
Ever the optimist.
No, it's
I
to
love
increase their velocity by using a large body in space. It's the only way you can get puppies in
It's
to do
a-
interstellar travel.
Thank you for your German insight.
It's a it's a visual slingshot utilizing gravitational fields. It actually enhances the cuteness spectrum of the puppy and makes them appear even cuter.
Okay,
So
I'm
you're
in.
back
Only
in
from
character.
space.
Clearly, you're back in character now. Yeah. that's
Even
what
cuter puppies. Yeah.
We need to get these puppies cuter, even cuter.
It makes me
Even
some time
cuter.
to make puppies the cutest thing ever.
Okay, let's see if we can figure this out. So from Ajilon, you're looking at about how far a runabout, a warp-capable runabout, could go. They could also be affected by the quake,
Right.
if you will. Going one direction, you're basically heading back to where you were for Deep Space K7. And where were we at before? We were at Eridani, 14 Eridani. So that's kind of what you're looking at, going that direction. Going the opposite direction, you're looking at Klingon space. At Klingon space, you're getting into, Kronos is a little ways out, but it's that direction. It's towards Kronos. But you're basically looking at Klingon space. Another direction, you're heading towards the Briar Patch. The Briar Patch is a very, very dangerous section of space that is not pleasant for capital ships, much less shuttles. And then the other direction, not a lot. There are a few systems, but not a lot of systems that would really have much in the way of help, if that's what you're looking
And the
for.
current relationship between the Klingon and Romulans is a little frosty.
Klingons and Romulans? Yes.
Yeah,
Incredibly.
super
To
frosty.
say the least.
I would go the opposite direction and say that it's very
They're heated, yeah.
Yes.
It's both somehow.
Yeah. The extremes of all temperature spectrums. But
Right.
so would it be safe to possibly rule that out? I mean, even if the Romulans are possibly chasing these two for technology, it does not seem as if would they go into Klingon space to hide?
It's conceivable.
Additional question: where in Klingon space did that quake originate from?
Doing all the research, because you guys worked on this last time as
Yeah.
well, the quake originated from Klingon space. It was kind of, I want to say that it was in the middle of Klingon space, but it really wasn't. It was more close to Kronos than I would say the middle, because Kronos is kind of on the northern side of that space.
Okay.
So it's kind of in that direction.
And sort of pointing towards K7-ish, sort of directly that way, or
No, K7, if you're like cardinal directions where you are in Ajilon, if you're looking at a map, K7 would be to your left.
I think we're looking at the same map.
Okay, and then Kronos will be off to the right.
So the quake went in what direction?
It went originating in Klingon space, radiating out.
Just out, all
Radiating
around.
out, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it went all over the
Yeah,
place.
it was.
It wasn't aimed.
Yeah.
It was just
Blanket
all three
spread,
dimensions. Kaboosh.
Spherical.
yeah. It was a wave, not a beam.
I thought it was conical, but it was.
Oh
spherical.
no, it was definitely spherical.
Yeah.
Well, what are the chances that they could be in alliance with the Klingons?
Alliance,
Super low.
but
As a reminder, the Federation and the Klingon Empire,
Are.
they're allies.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
so we
We're
could
We're good.
I would.
conceivably.
Seems like all roads lead to Kronos.
Yeah, especially since we had that whole opera password thing happening a little bit earlier. Would it be prudent to possibly give them a heads up that we're heading their way to do a little bit of recon? How much information do we want to possibly reach out to them to see if they can assist us with this search?
Well, I'm not sure heads up and recon exactly go together.
Super fair. Super fair.
Maybe just a general call that we are in search of a stolen vessel and we will be entering their space so that they're not surprised to come across us?
Or would it maybe be worth checking in with Admiral Grossich and seeing if maybe he can give us a hall pass into Klingon space?
I'd be more inclined to ring Davis up first, but not a terrible idea. What were you going to say?
We're allied.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think having a backstory is wrong, but I don't think we have to be proactive about it. We're allied.
Yeah, you're allies.
Yeah. All right, so pursuing stolen stuff, maybe see if we can get any information about the Quake, see if they had any information about what that experience was like from them, if they want to share anything with us. Is there any way that we could possibly...
We've been using the Quake as cover already.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to go. And I think we could perhaps casually mention that we had been asked by Ajilon Prime to locate this if possible. But
In
really
the course of our investigation, et cetera.
well, it's not an investigation, right?
Well, of the
We're
Quake.
here because
in the course of our investigation of the Quake, we came to Ajilon Prime and they asked us to help out if we came across this shuttle, etc.
If it comes up.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, sounds like we're in agreement here. How about we open a channel to the fine folks on Kronos and see if we can...
Or we could just head there.
If we get stopped, then we let them know.
'Cause we don't know. Yeah, we're not sure exactly we're going to. We're just headed in that direction.
In that direction?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just set a course for Kronos.
So you guys are heading towards Kronos? Okay. At one point I thought you said you were going towards the Quake, but you're heading towards Kronos. Got it.
Kronos is towards the Quake.
It is towards the Quake, yes. It's not the epicenter of the Quake, but it's towards the Quake.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we know where the epicenter was, or you just said...
Oh yeah, you can figure that out.
Can we
Absolutely.
roll for the epicenter of the Quake?
You actually know where it was. You guys did the scanners and everything like
Yeah,
that.
maybe
you've been able to
I
figure it
mean,
out.
it's
Maybe swing
even
by
beyond
there
the cover
first.
story. It is worth checking out. I think.
Yeah.
Let's go to the epicenter instead. Yeah.
Also, I'm just very curious.
Yeah.
Also that.
Yeah.
It might
Might yield some information that's...
I'm not a big
germane.
believer in coincidence, so
Fair enough. Well, I think our helmsman is... who do we have on helm today?
Who's on helm today?
who's on rotation?
Who's on-
Who's on
first?
con? Who's on con today? Today we have
Gormf.
Chris McCourt.
Chris
Ensign McCourt is on con.
All right, Ensign Court. Set a course for the Quake epicenter. Let's go.
Speed cap.
Warp 4? We're not that
Warp
far
4
away.
it is. Warp 4 and away. You're on your way.
Zip zap.
It's going to take you a little bit to get there. If you guys want, we could take some character time. If you guys have any character things you want to do with each other while we've got a little bit of travel time in space. You might want to have any discussions, any interpersonal things you want to discuss. If not, it's fine. I'm just saying.
How are you doing after kind of some of the medical adventures that we were having down there in our previous mission?
it was a little stressful trying to administer a limited number of vaccines in the most efficient way possible, trying to trigger that good herd immunity. But I think George seemed to actually have a very comprehensive knowledge of vaccination protocols, which came in very handy. We'll never let him know that I said that, but it's
We'll give him a nice anonymous commendation. How's that?
absolutely.
Not his first rodeo. We've encountered a few colony outbreaks in our time.
It showed. He was invaluable down there. And there were a few other unrelated injuries I was able to easily handle. Nothing too incredibly complicated.
Great. Inventory of supplies is all spick and span?
There seemed to be a little bit of an outbreak of theft, but nothing that the local authorities probably can't handle. I think it was most likely an isolated incident. Probably won't flare up again.
Okay. We'll definitely let HQ know if we need to re-up on any of our inventory. But thank you for being transparent about that.
Oh, for sure.
When did that, about when did the outbreak start? Had it been going for a while, or was that a recent thing?
I assume it was fairly recent from the way the Tamal the Vulcan administrator of the hospital. I mean, she wasn't very forthcoming with
She wasn't very
details
forthcoming
or
with anything.
adjectives in general. So very, very straightforward and to the facts. Given the symptoms that were evident, I would say it was a fairly recent outbreak. It hadn't had time to spread among the colony too widely. It's just a matter. That's the problem with the vaccination protocol, though, is that you want to have a number of healthy specimens to vaccinate against it. Fortunately, I think that we found it in time before it got too widespread, and
Sure.
hopefully nip that Regellian flu in the bud, as they say.
Just very frustrating when those come in on whatever transport.
Well, and I think we all got bioscanned on our beam back in, so anything that might have been clinging to us should have been filtered out.
Certainly.
Hey, sorry. Okay, are you mic'd?
Holy crap, your mic's not.
No, but I'm probably just loud enough.
I mean, maybe.
No one's saying anything in the room. But
Well, they might not care if they can hear me or not.
Go ahead and mic up. You're all set up there.
She doesn't have a clip.
she doesn't have a clip.
Yeah, there's no way to put this on me, so I just
Right
assumed
there.
I wasn't supposed to.
Here's-
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I
I've
just
been
thought it
more-
was like a table mic because I was late.
No, not at all.
Like, I don't know if it was like punishment or like what, but
Be loud.
Not at all. Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah, sorry. I
Didn't
just looked
even-
over and saw that mic pack there, and I
Good
was
work,
like,
Exo.
"Hey, you know what? In real life,
Someone on
I'm
the
real
chat says they
useful."
can hear her fine, so
Oh,
That's really
good job.
wild.
Well, you're gonna hear even better now.
I'm so sorry.
I say that's kind of the loud table.
Yeah, whatever.
What are you saying?
I apologize for Jordan in advance. I don't know. The compressor
Just
seems to
in
be
general.
working.
Project really well.
In advance and in
No, I
general.
have a whole degree in it.
It's true.
No.
Projecting.
Projecting.
Yeah, that's what they really go for in when you get a theater degree. Is like, yes, but can we hear you in the back?
Yeah.
Are you a good actor? Who cares?
I don't
But
care.
Can we hear you in the back and in the balcony?
That's
Because
what's
if you
important.
can be the best actor in the world, if nobody can hear you, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Sure.
That's why I'm a bad
Talent.
actor, but I'm loud. So
So you're.
I get
Talent
work.
is subjective. Volume can be measured.
Funny how that came from you. I'm joking.
True story.
You have
I don't know
an
which way that
abundance
was
of
burning me.
no burns, an abundance of talents and volume. That's all.
Aw, Ange.
I'd give you a space puppy if I could.
Yeah, but be careful because it's been bluntly.
But it just maximizes its cuteness.
Yeah, it's cute
I'd like to
spectrum.
think they flop around more than
I think
fling,
that
but
was
the-
just like a Andorian version of going to the farm.
Oh, brutal.
You didn't lose your puppy.
You know,
Got shot in the
everyone's
face.
Shot in
Got
space.
catapulted into space.
We slung it into
became
space. It's fine.
super
It's
cute.
exploring.
If you look up in the stars, you can see your puppy looking
It's your
super
puppy
cute.
right there. It's a little trail of flames. There's your puppy. No.
And then it might have to get turned on.
Probably have to
too.
turn it on, so hold the button on the top. I know so many things. On the very top, there's a little button. Press and hold until it turns green. You look so sad. Yeah, we'll see how that works.
It did it.
I did it.
Okay.
Okay, we're still flying. Anybody else have any other interpersonal conversations that you want to have or anything? No? Nobody wants to talk to each other.
No,
That's crazy.
I'm keeping all my self doubt to myself. That's why it's called self doubt
Yeah,
and not
and-
doubt.
Well, not entirely to yourself.
Pretty close.
No.
Maybe you're being so quiet that it's got us suspicious.
I don't know. That's up to you to
I
decide.
don't know. That's right.
Adults are normally fairly chatty.
Yeah. Oh well. More than this. I mean, it was a hard away mission. There's not a whole lot of hand holding that we are necessarily trained to do as at this level. How are you feeling about it, XO?
In what way?
Would you rather avoid that kind of assignment going forward? Was it a punishment for me to send you down?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm the XO. My specialty is diplomacy. This is what I should be doing.
That's fair. I mean, diplomacy takes a lot of forms, and sometimes, extracting really sensitive information from an 8-year-old is not typically the kind of thing that we're trained in doing. So I can understand if it was a little challenging, but you conducted yourself admirably.
I think you give too much credit, if I may speak frankly.
Sure, yeah.
I think you give too much credit in general, and I think you specifically give too much credit to me. I have not been performing as my duties would have me perform, as expectations would have me perform, and the only thing I can do is do better. The fact that I speak well to the crew, that does no good if the goal is to get information from people that are not the crew. Or to de-escalate a tense situation instead to make it worse. Please, judge me on my actions, not on what you think of me as a person. And if you do, you'll see that I have not been performing as to my abilities. And I will change that.
Okay, well, you have the full support of the crew, and I will dial down the sweet talk. That is the second time I'm getting that feedback from the team, and I will take that to heart. Helmsman, where are we on our progress along the path?
Oh, yeah, hold on. Sorry, Captain. I was
worries.
distracted. Listening. Is he okay? It's not my place. We'll be there any minute now.
Oh, good. Fabulous.
Sorry, he's a really awkward guy. Before too long, you do end up approaching the coordinates where you did triangulate the center of the quake. It's going to be. Helm drops you out of warp and you slow down, and it is empty space. There's really nothing there.
Okay. Can we do a sensor sweep to see if there's any kind of residual information that might give us an idea of...
Absolutely. Who wants to do the sensor sweep?
What is it?
Best at it. It's reason and science, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah. Reason and con.
So nobody. So nobody's good at that.
You know, we can have McCourt do it.
I'm okay at it. I don't think I'm great at it.
Reason and con.
Yeah, we don't have
That's
our con guy.
Yeah.
McCourt, yeah.
Unfortunately, Ramirez is still recovering up in sick bay.
Captain, I can take a look at that, Captain.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
okay.
Actually, you're
Well, I
the
mean-
helmsman, right?
I mean, yes, Captain.
That is literally your job.
What's yours?
11.
Oh, mine. Yeah.
Mine's 13.
I can.
Oh, then it's you.
Or why don't you go ahead?
No,
Thank you.
no.
No. Commander?
13?
We're
13?
What does 13 mean?
We're metagaming a little
My
bit.
reason is very high.
If we're doing...
Okay, he's 11. She's 13.
I'm
Well,
11?
He's 12.
Oh, he's 12, but still, that's not as much as 13.
You are.
What's going on?
Look, we ranked everyone's intelligence, and
And I was an 11? When did I miss this rank?
I'm sorry.
But that's why you're an 11.
It's all here in the
my
slam
God,
book that
she's
we've been
right.
passing around.
Well,
to
one
your
play
staff.
pot or not at a
Captain, I'm
later
so
date,
sorry. I'll work on
everybody.
that.
No, but
Thank you, Commander. I appreciate your honesty.
yeah, no, of course. Anytime.
Now,
You're
if you
the
could just
strongest?
fill out this form
Is that
for
what
who
you
on crew
decided?
you want to make out with the most.
Yes, sir.
We'll just keep the slam book going around.
Absolutely not. Burn it. Burn it right now.
Burn it right now?
Burn it right now.
Yes, things are-
Yes, just set your phaser to kill.
So it looks like Izzy's going to be running the sensor sweep. Yeah?
Sure, Captain.
Highest-
You wanna use my
highest
station?
one?
Use that one?
Highest
Highest
one?
one?
I believe so.
Highest one?
Con and reason.
Yeah, I guess so.
And
Among those of us here.
There's a ship assist too.
Yeah, and there's
Oh, yeah,
Sit here and
Let's do a ship
push
assist.
this button.
So what's the...
At least you have a button to push.
Ship assist
I'm gonna go to
is
sick bay. Yeah, I'm not.
con and... there's no
Call me if
reason here.
anyone needs me.
What is the
I'm
ship
not doing
assist?
anything good.
I forgot.
It's
Hold
on
the. Where are we on? Where the heck is it? Sensor sweep. There we go.
Sensors and science.
And I'm
There we
in
go.
sick bay.
Perfect.
Found it just
All right.
the same time I did.
Oh, wait, this one says it's reason and science.
For ship assist, sensor and science.
It has to be sensors. There's
but
no
it
reason.
says, but it also says...
Yeah, but ship
for
doesn't
the
have
person.
reason. Ship doesn't have reason.
Yeah.
No,
Did I
I'm
screw-
saying that
I
the
screwed
person
it up.
one is listed as reason and science on this particular page.
Yeah, that's what I have
Yeah.
as well. Reason and science.
You said con.
You said reason and con.
Oh, I said that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I fooled you all.
What are you reason?
it's
What's your
science.
reason in science?
11.
Still 11.
And I'm 14.
These numbers keep
Okay.
floating
Yeah.
around.
You're 14, but still you.
So it's
I
still
don't
me.
understand.
All right.
It's fine, McCoy.
If you have a problem with math, Starfleet might not be for you.
I wasn't 11.
Just to throw it out there. That was out of character.
Okay, so you're doing
I'll take
sensors
that
and science
into-
for the ship.
Yep.
All right, and I'm doing
Difficulty.
reason and science.
Difficulty.
11.
Seems fair. Seems totally fair. Difficulty 3.
Okay. So, how many die am I rolling?
You're only rolling one, and I'm
Ship
only
assist is
rolling
one.
two.
Yeah.
Cool. Do we
And
have
don't
any?
have any momentum?
You can give me threat.
Oh yeah.
No, just
I'm gonna kick your ass so hard as. Oh, sorry.
no.
No.
What?
Gave him
You're not authorized.
Sorry. I'm
Does
sick.
the threat pool carry over from previous?
Pretty much anytime we start an episode, I'm starting a
makes
threat
sense.
pool.
The slate is fresh. Okay.
So yeah, give
Yeah,
that guy.
give him a threat.
Give him a threat. Just
Give me a
one.
threat.
Okay.
One nice
Reason,
one.
science, and this isn't anything where I can claim an extra whatever.
Probably not. It's not really.
Sensors and science.
Sensor good.
Constantly watching
As a
won't help
focus.
anything. And this
Good at
is
sensor.
Not
Got good
any of my
sensors.
focuses.
Ship fail.
Oh fuck.
Welcome back, everybody.
What'd you get?
How'd you do?
Was it a bunch of like 20?
One success
Okay, but did we get a date complication?
and a
Yeah.
20
Yeah.
and a threat.
McCourt's just sitting here like, just right here.
You're right, McCourt. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying,
I'm sorry.
11 though.
McCord mysteriously gets sucked out on there.
Well, no, actually, for this one, you were a 9, so
Oh, now I'm a 9.
yeah.
Anyway, nothing really shows up on sensors. You don't really see anything on there. Oddly enough, though, as you're doing it, you notice that there's a glitch. Like the sensors they're offline. What the heck? They're actually offline. That's why you're not getting anything. They're offline. I didn't do it, Captain. I'm just saying. They were found when I was here.
Izzy, do you think you could get our sensors back?
I'm working on it. What do I need to do to diagnostic on the sensors to see what they're...
What can you do for a diagnostic?
You went full
on
Yosemite Sam on that
sensors
one.
on the
Dangle, or yeah, somewhere between Yosemite Sam and Boomhauser.
Dang on.
Sensors offline.
Presence and engineering. Difficulty of 2.
I would also like to see that character.
Dorian
Redneck
Boomhauser.
Andorian.
Lieutenant Boomhauser. Report.
I've been here now.
You can get somebody else to assist you, but you won't get a ship assist.
Who's good with the sensors? You're good with the sensors.
Okay. It's what? Reason and science, right?
Presence, you said...
Oh.
Wait, what'd you say? It was...
Y'all. We were going to do presence and engineering.
There we go, presence engineering.
I'm not terrible.
Help me.
Okay, I'm rolling one.
You're the one who usually
that's
works on the
fine.
sensors.
I roll a one.
Yeah.
Oh, a 1. That was
that's-
that was not a success though. I
was
hit
it?
it with mine. It was like higher. Well, I don't know. What was your skill?
Not 16, which is
Yeah,
what is close right there. So
So I think we got
3 successes.
3
'Cause
successes
one
because
counts
one's a
as
1.
two.
Yeah.
Sensors come back online. You're able to finish a sweep, and you don't see anything.
What was the difficulty on that?
3.
Okay.
It was difficulty 3?
Difficulty
Yeah.
3.
So we evened up.
Do we know why the sensors went offline?
Talk to her.
Probably because of something I did when we were using
Probably just hit the button
sensors.
the wrong way. Something happened. Maybe it was just left over from the Quake. Just maybe something not quite right. Just knocked it offline.
There's
So
just
that-
some sort of complication.
Just a weird complication that happened out of nowhere.
Okay, all right.
I don't know, it's weird like
I may be
that.
reading too much into it.
Ships do break.
It's an old ship.
Old shit.
Super fair.
Yeah, you don't really pick anything up on sensors.
Well, that was disappointing.
Is there a way for us to comb existing logs from Klingon space at the time of the Quake to see if there are any patterns or anomalies that we're able to glean now that we're a little closer?
You want to log, or you want to scan Klingon logs?
We are in Klingon space,
Well,
and
we
that's where
can't
the
just
Quake
access there.
Yeah.
We'd have to
Yeah.
find a ship.
You may be allies. But you're not.
They're allies. They're not
Oh.
married.
What is the nearest system? Or
Nearest
station?
system. Yes.
Apologies. So any debris or anything?
I'm sorry, what?
Any debris.
Well,
when
that
we
would
did
have
census.
Any debris. You don't actually register any debris or anything
Sorry,
like that.
I just
Things
wanted to
seem pretty much out there.
these are
The closest from where you all are at this point, the closest is probably going to be Praxis, which is not too far away from Kronos itself. That's the closest system.
Nice.
Yeah, that's probably the closest you're at.
Well, we're looking for leads here. We're coming up empty sensor sweeps, can't visually see anything in space. There's nothing that we're really kind of able to tell kind of from a passive position here. I feel like we need to go a little more active, figure out what the hay is going on.
I mean, if we go to Praxis, my thought is then we can find out what they saw, how they experienced it, and maybe they have some data that will help us.
Any ideas, objections?
That sounds like the right plan.
All right, helmsman, let's get us moving towards Praxis and see if we can find a few drinking buddies and trade some Quake stories.
A few drinking buddies out in Praxis.
Have you drunk with Klingons?
I've been known to knock back a blood wine here and there.
Quote of the night.
Before he can do that, there's a ship decloaking in front of your ship.
Oh.
It is a Vorcha-class attack cruiser, a Klingon Vorcha-class attack cruiser. Opens up, and you are getting...
Personal log,
Hey,
Lieutenant Commander Volta
On
Newman.
screen.
I was given my...
Did the wrong thing. Hold on a second. On screen, you do see a Klingon general on screen. Federation Starship Mazu, welcome to Klingon space. May I help you?
Yes, this is Captain Rawl of the USS Mazu. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Where did I put his name? There it is. Sorry. Captain Rawl, pleasure to meet you. General Torg here. I must ask again. What brings you here?
As I'm sure that you're aware, there was a space quake some time ago that had us a little bit curious, and we were trying to follow up and see what your experience closer to the epicenter may have been like. We had some effects over where we were running some other missions, and just wanted to get a little bit more information since it was quite the anomaly.
Interesting. So you were just coming over to do research, if you will.
Yes, we are super into research. We have a great engineer, we've got science officers, and we are also looking for a runabout that has gone missing. We don't know if it was associated with the quake or if it was one of those effects, but it is a piece of Federation equipment that we are trying to bring back.
Interesting. It sounds very interesting what you're doing. You should come over and let's have a discussion about it. Please, let me host you aboard the ship. I would love to have your senior staff over to discuss what you're doing.
That is a magnanimous offer and phrased in ways that I am not familiar with the Klingons. We are very thankful for your offer. We're gonna check our schedule. Please stand by and we will have an answer for you momentarily.
What? And string goes blanks.
All of us, the entire senior, that got me a little worried, guys.
Walter,
Is that normal
standard.
Yeah, is that it?
Klingon operating procedure?
Your captains act pretty independently, right?
I mean, yeah, they're pretty independent. I mean, most times houses...
He was being super nice.
Like, too nice, right?
That's like, unless he thought he was like, and tell me if I'm wrong, please. Like, he was being so nice, it seemed unnatural. Like, he was like, either he was trying to make us feel super comfortable by being too nice and thinking that's what humans do.
But how
It is what humans do.
It is, but is accommodating to human needs a typically Klingon trait?
And is he doing it to set us at our ease, to make things easier, or to get our guard down?
Mm-hmm.
It's hail.
Oh, that's a hail?
That's
a hail for us? Okay, all right. On screen.
Are they picked up? Oh, hello! Welcome back!
Our apologies. Our sensors have been a little spotty, and it may have affected some of our comm systems. I'm telling you, that quake may have done more damage than we're still trying to figure out.
I see.
Yeah, but please, no offense at all was intended with our delay in responses.
Humans are way
I'm
overly
actually
nice.
very busily, like, clearly trying to work on something behind her.
Just to kind of sell it a little bit.
Oh yeah. As you can see, our engineer is working overtime to get everything
Clearly.
in its right.
So
place.
can we expect you soon?
Yes. Unfortunately, we cannot bring the entire senior staff over, but I will certainly make a stop with 2 of my senior officers, and you can expect us within the hour.
Captain, I'm afraid I must insist. Please bring your entire senior staff.
What is the occasion, General Torg?
My request, and at that moment, 4 birds of prey decloak around.
Oh, cool. All right.
Please join me aboard my ship.
That's
with
why
your
he was
senior
being
staff.
nice, because he had the upper hand.
Yeah.
Look, if we're looking for an ulterior motive in a Klingon action,
Yeah.
it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've made us an offer we cannot resist.
Yes, I have. We'll see you soon, I assume. Correct?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Wonderful, Captain Raul. We'll see you soon. It's black.
Cool. All right. So he doesn't know who our senior staff is, right?
Well, no.
No one does.
We're not even sure ourselves. Am I?
We're definitely missing at least one,
Our whole mission is classified.
which I would like to remind everybody. Our whole mission is classified. So let's just,
I mean,
we just don't need to offer all of our information. And I do think it's better that we stick to the line that we're here to investigate and perhaps provide aid where necessary, and really only bring up the runabout.
we were running routine patrol. The quake hit. Because we are a routine patrol ship that can be spared, we are now investigating the quake.
And providing
Assistance along
assistance
the way.
when necessary. Those are our primary objectives. Oh, maybe there was in conversation. Maybe, there was a runabout. But.
Oh, yeah, but this kind of thing happens all the time, and it's definitely not
Didn't you
weird.
mention that you were looking for a runabout in that conversation?
We already did. I'm just reminding everybody that we don't have to.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I just wanted to take a moment to remind everybody that we are on a clandestine mission.
Don't tell everything.
We just don't have to give it all. And it's really great because you're like, he's being overly nice. Why is he being overly nice? It's like, hello! I'm being overly nice.
Oh, I'm a Klingon.
Yeah, out of character, I'm definitely overly nice with my own crew, and this is me speaking out of character and thinking out loud. Part of why I keep repeating these things is to help me remember. So
Yeah.
would it be prudent to possibly designate someone to kind of act as primary communicator on behalf of this if I cannot seem to speak intelligently or clandestinely enough?
Nah, you're going to get it.
I mean, you'll get it, yeah.
I mean, you're the captain.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just my job as chief security officer to remind everybody that this is a clandestine mission and that we don't have to give away our secrets.
She is professionally paranoid. It works out nicely because she's also socially paranoid, but it is her job.
Super fair. And I would thank you profusely for that, but I'm trying to cut down.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I don't want it.
I'm trying to get
All right,
down those
yeah.
thank yous a little bit.
All right.
Gratitude for Lint.
Well, I'd like to keep you on the ship to keep things moving along, and since we're a little outnumbered, it would be nice to have someone who knows what's going on the ship to keep things safe, protected, and
Well, I clearly have a few bugs left in the system to work out, so
So we did
That's
request the
honest.
entire senior staff.
He's gonna expect a. That's a good point. I'm saying it's out of character, just agreeing. He's gonna expect an engineer.
he is going to expect an engineer.
Oh, God. Please do what I think you're thinking
I'm
of
still
doing.
going to ask Telleran to run mini diagnostics while we're gone and send me and communicate updates while we're over there.
Okay. All right, then we're bringing the whole crew. We're going on a field trip.
All right, going on a field trip.
Yep.
Yeah, let's go check out this Klingon ship. What's it gonna be like?
Oh my God, it's
What are they gonna be like?
Walter, you tell us.
What are they gonna be like? Is that a character? I'm not.
I know.
Well, let's speak German. I don't know.
You have a strong stomach, yes?
Very. I've negotiated with Klingons before.
You're actually on your way to negotiate with Klingons.
Yes, I was. I was getting ready. I was eating all this raw meat and just
It's just great.
punching myself in the stomach, eating broken glass.
You seem like the kind of person who might enjoy that.
So, given the fact, Commander Newman, that you have experience with Klingons, what is your read on the situation? Is it common to ask the entire senior staff over?
No,
especially when we're surrounded in allied space.
No, I think they're offended.
Have we done something to offend them?
Yes, we entered their space. And Klingons are highly territorial, and you never know how they're going to react, especially after embarrassment that this quake started in their territory. It's an embarrassment to them that this happened, whether they were responsible or not.
They probably had a small fleet here investigating themselves.
I see. Okay. Well, what information or advice or tactical guidance do you want to brief the team on before we step foot over there?
First of all, be ready for challenges, mostly physical. Intimidation, even subtle intimidation, as we just saw before the Warbirds uncloaked. Outright intimidation. Don't back down. But also be respectful of those who have power and those who have authority. Like we should be with you, especially in this situation.
Understood. Thank you for the insight.
Anything else that I could?
I think you covered it all pretty well.
Okay. I watched some episodes about Klingons a while ago.
They're fun. They're exciting.
Yeah, well, it was the one with the
Yeah.
commander, the second in command guy.
Yeah.
With the beard. Went over to the ship.
Riker. It's Riker.
It's Riker,
Yeah.
thank you. It was
guy with the beard.
Yeah.
You're in the
Oh,
thing.
the one where Riker got to...
Yeah, the exchange
connect
It's like, yeah, it's the abroad.
That was
a great episode.
That was what
It really was.
really an exchange program.
It was really good. And I was like,
a great
oh, yeah,
episode, yeah.
that's what these Klingons are like. So, here we go.
Oh, on screen.
Are you coming or what?
We are on our way. We apologize. For
Fabulous, Captain. We'll see you soon. Click.
Cool. All right, let's head over.
I am still in sick bay, quick note.
Oh, I thought you were...
No, he went sick day
he
late.
fucked
long
up.
time
Oh,
ago.
sorry.
Put it in the jar.
Right,
I gotta drink it now.
All right. Well, we're paging you. We've got a.
Hello?
Yep. Hey, we've got a field trip. Sorry, I'm sorry. That was out of character. We've been summoned to visit a Klingon ship. We're in their space. They've kind of got us surrounded, and they've requested the entire senior staff. So meet us at the bridge, and can we just beam onto there? Or?
Yeah, they'll let you be one.
Yeah.
Let's beam over.
Yeah, we'll beam over and as soon as you get here. And be sure to let George know he's gonna hold down the fort, whatever it is.
Okay.
That's the most nervous I've heard Cade.
And I have actually sent Delaron instructions to run diagnostics on all of the internal
On everything?
and external
Okay.
sensors.
Okay.
Great.
George,
What?
I'm going to a dinner. You're in charge.
I'm always in charge.
Just don't start now.
It's too late.
I have to go.
All right, have fun. Have fun with your food.
All
We
right.
started.
I'll take care of everything while you're gone.
While I'm gone,
Like I always do.
when I'm back,
I'll still take care of it.
okay.
Yep. Head down the transporter room. You guys do transport over. You beam over to the Klingon ship, and there is a contingent of Klingon guards there. To meet you, without a word, they motion you towards the door and open it up. Yeah,
Where did we beam to?
their transporter room.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. They point you to the door. It opens up, and they lead you down the hallway through the Klingon ship. It's a nice Klingon ship. These are very large ships. This is definitely larger than what the Constellation class is. And this is a nice ship. Now, having said that, Klingon ships, nice Klingon ships, still a little beat up, but it's a very large ship. They lead you through the hallway, open up into a room, and there's a room with a large table set up, and you see the commander of the ship there. He's like, Captain Rawl,
General Torg,
join us.
your ship is most impressive. I'm sure she's seen many battles under your command.
Yes, more victories.
Of course.
Have a seat. Join us, all of you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Have a seat. Join us in this fine meal we've prepared for you.
Thank you. This
Is there already food out?
Oh yeah.
I'm digging in.
You're what?
I'm digging in. If that's
digging in?
if that's like the
As soon as you
usual-
sit in, he's like, I like her Moxie. That's great. It's an Earth word I heard once. What does it mean?
Spunk.
much like a lust for a warrior's lust for killing and victory, but applied for food.
Killing food and victory.
Why not?
Why not? I like it. These Andorians, you never know what to think about Andorians. Well done. Have a seat. Enjoy. Enjoy.
I sit down. I've eaten all this shit. Stuff.
I'm pouring some blood wine for General
Make this
Torg.
an MA stream.
Why, thank you, Captain. I do appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the fine meal that we have for you. It must be better than what you've got on that small ship of yours, yes?
Certainly nothing of the scale and grandeur that you can that you're providing to us, but I have to say it feels like a hero's welcome, and for a ship like ours doing routine patrols and standard run-of-the-mill work, I can't say I understand what we have done to earn such an honor from you and your ship.
I believe hero's welcome may be a little strong. Consider it a welcome from me to you. Welcome to my ship. I want you to feel comfort. I feel as if most of your people prefer being comfortable.
Ah, I see. You have a good understanding of humans.
Yes, I do. And
We
Andorians.
got one of those.
And Trill.
That's right. We're not all humans here.
No. So, Captain, again, tell me, what brings you to this area of space?
As I had mentioned, we've been doing routine patrols. The quake that seemed to affect a large portion of the quadrant has everybody a little bit curious.
Yes.
And we're just trying to... our sensors haven't picked up very much. We haven't really been able to identify anything other than some of our ship parts going a bit haywire.
I see.
So,
I see.
is there any information, or what was your experience with it? I mean, it seemed to happen closer to Klingon space.
We can talk about my experience later, but let me be clear. So you just decided to enter into Klingon space and stop in an area with nothing for a reason.
Oh, this is where we triangulated the epicenter
Ah, I see.
of the quake.
So you thought you would investigate in Klingon space as if maybe we did not have the ability ourselves to investigate. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, no, we were hoping to gather information from your people as well. It's just a happy happenstance that we happened to run into you here, because otherwise we thought we were going to have to go to Praxis.
Forgive us. We understand that the slow communication of diplomacy is often enough to wrinkle any warrior's heart. Of course, you have more important things to be doing. We didn't want to slow you down with normal procedures and typical communication rates. That being said, we'd be happy to fill out the reports and do the necessary paperwork to obtain information if that would be more your style.
You want to obtain information from us, is what I'm hearing.
We would love to share information.
It's very interesting because we have been in touch with Starfleet Command, and they said that they had no knowledge of any events happening at this location, but now there is a Federation starship at this precise coordinate investigating. Why would that be?
That's an excellent question.
One that I hope the captain would answer. Yes, it seems reasonable. Who are you?
Okay, Chief Medical Officer.
The Chief Medical Officer apparently knows more about what's going on. Okay.
I know very little.
Then why are you speaking, Captain Raw?
Honestly, the entire set. I'm sorry. I just get so excited around this food. It's just.
Give her more. She likes it.
The food is excellent, and our manners are not befitting a man of your station and your stature, for which we have no excuse, no good apology. Perhaps a rollicking physical game of prowess might help us reset the tone of this dinner.
Thinking while this is going on. Given how long it took us to travel into and break into the Klingon Empire and reach this point, if they detected us as soon as they could have, would all these ships be able to be here at this time?
No.
Fucking no. Sorry, I knew it.
Put it in the draft.
I knew it.
What is the conclusion you're drawing from that?
They were already here, and they knew that the problem was here.
Yeah.
Well, but that's the thing is, he's trying to make it our problem.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
It's making his problem.
And also, Davis did say that they had already calculated, someone else had calculated.
Right.
That
So this
the
Federation
estimate
has no knowledge we're getting a red herring.
either he's lying or the Federation lied to him, and I
Yeah.
think those is a problem.
Yeah.
There's more than one admiral in a.
Yeah. And not all the admirals are talking to each other, and there's this whole,
But also, the whole sector got turned on its head. So
yeah.
Yeah. Look, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
unpause table talk.
What is this you have in mind, Captain Rawl?
I haven't picked up a batleth in a really, really long time, and while I certainly wouldn't care to have any death to celebrate this happy occasion, perhaps it would do well for us to let off a bit of steam so that we can establish the kind of trust that we need as allies to move forward into this brave new world
As
together.
allies. Wonderful, wonderful choice of words, Captain. Wonderful choice of words. The Federation loves to use words like allies until it comes to sharing information with their allies.
Indeed.
Tell me again, Captain Rawl, why are you here? I find it odd that this Federation ship would be in our space at this location saying they're investigating. I find it odd.
Why?
Do you not? Do you not think that the Klingon Empire would be also here investigating?
Well, of course, this is your space. I would certainly hope that would be the case.
And of course it is the case.
Oh.
And yet here you are.
So you are investigating. You do have information. Perhaps we can share the logs from our sensors around the time that the quake occurred, and we can have this exchange as would be befitting allies. Or, if you would like to establish a degree of trust in a manner more suited and befitting of your people, let's throw down. This is my olive branch.
He's looking at his guards.
It's a pad with notes on it.
We've got a pad right here, and
One of the guys grabs the pad.
There's more raw data on our ship.
we'd be happy to give you the rest as soon as we get some from you as well.
Oh, I see. No, you should give us all of the data. Thank you. We do appreciate that. Thank you. We will take this and analyze it, and you should give us the rest of your data. We do appreciate your assistance. And yes, I would be very happy to engage in perhaps blood sport, if you will,
It would be my pleasure.
after we're finished. Now,
Okay.
Captain, why should I believe anything you say to me right now? Please enlighten me. Please enlighten us all.
I slam my goblet down on the table. You question the honor of my commanding officer?
Yes! I want all of your honors.
You question my honor?
Clearly.
What have I done to give such offense that you would stand here to my face and call me a liar? Call my captain liar! Call my crew liars!
Federation coming into our space, acting like you own everything, like you were
Coming to your space to help! Coming to your space to assist as allies, as brothers, as we are!
There's a Klingon right behind you with a dagger right against the base of your skull. Silence, or I will silence you! Have a seat. All of you. Listen very carefully. We did find a Federation ship at this location. Explain to me how that would happen if the Federation didn't know anything about this event. Can you? No, I don't think you can. And now here's another Federation ship here in Klingon space, disrupting the Empire.
Having dinner. By your invitation. Was the previous ship treated to this level of welcome?
Previous ship was a shell.
Well, then how can you compare the two?
What kind of shell?
An empty shell of a ship.
Did it look like it had been destroyed, or was it just...
Oh.
It's very...
There are answers that you want that we would love to give you as well, but...
Give me a reason to trust you.
If others have told lies, if others have given you misinformation, that is not our purpose and not our reason for being here. We have come to assist. We have been nothing but honest with you, with our intent, with our information. We knew nothing of this other shell. We knew nothing of this. We knew the event as it was described to us. We came to investigate, as was our mandate and our orders. If others have told you we did not know what happened, then on behalf of the Federation, I apologize and offer myself to take any punishment or penance on behalf.
Think we can keep him for that? Take him. Guards come, grab him, drag him out of the room.
That pad that you now have in your possession has the data from our sensors. You will see what we saw. Yes, I'm saying, look at it. You will see that we experienced that quake. And you will see how we came to the conclusion that it came to this epicenter. And we spoke with other ships other Starfleet personnel who had come to the same conclusion. Someone, unfortunately, appears to have lied to you. And that is of great concern to us.
I'm just going to whisper to the captain really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Captain, he's asking for reasons to trust us. We've given him, our senior staff are on his ship. We've given him the information that he's asked for. Mm-hmm. He's asking for a reason to trust us when he already has several.
Yeah, so he's not really asking for a reason to trust us.
I would just point that out.
Super fair. You're asking for reasons to trust us, and everything about the exchange that we've had thus far has been an acquiescence to your request. You have every member of my senior staff here on your ship. Now our medical officer is now under...
Well, he offered, so...
He did offer, but we're also going in good faith. Now, my offer for Bloodsport was in the vein of camaraderie, in an attempt to connect with you and your people. That being said, if it was read as aggression in an untoward or an untrustworthy way, that was a misread on my part. But everything that we have done in terms of giving you information, appearing here on your request, especially in an environment where you had us surrounded, what other good show of faith do you need to feel like you can trust us?
Speak well for a trill. Captain, I defend the Empire above all things, against all threats. If there is a threat against the Empire, I will end it. At this moment, your ship appears to be a threat to my Empire.
How so?
Come with me. Stands up and he leads you out. You all are staying there. She's coming. Unless you want to bring somebody else, you want to argue it.
Okay.
I'm taking security officer.
Taking security?
Yeah. No! I mean, enjoy the food.
Oh, I'm.
Share some Klingon stories. Do the bonding that you need to. Hang in there, buddy.
You offered.
I did what I thought was the honorable thing in deference to their culture.
He leads you through, and you all are. Every side there are guards all around you.
As they leave, I just lean over to him and say, "Do you suppose the current host has experience with the Batwolf? I thought it was a previous one."
Something to think about.
Little chin stroker there.
I don't know. He leads you into a shuttle bay. And in the shuttle bay, you do see a runabout. Captain, the ship we found. Does it look familiar to you? It appears to be a Federation ship. Am I correct?
It does appear to be a Federation ship.
In Klingon space, at the epicenter of an attack that knocked out so many ships and planet systems.
Question. Is it Federation or is it, because it's actually not Federation, it's,
Starfleet build.
we're not in character, okay.
No.
my point is,
Character, what are the markings?
Out of character.
my point is, this is a civilian ship and not a Starfleet issued ship.
You can see that, yes, that is a civilian ship. It is not Starfleet.
Yeah, so this is not this is Federation, but it is not Starfleet.
It is Federation, but it is not Starfleet.
Yeah.
It is a runabout, but it is not a Starfleet.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, it's maybe stolen property.
And maybe we can find out. I don't know.
That might be worth pointing out to.
Yeah.
Well, at least that it's civilian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's point it out to you.
Yeah,
Yep.
maybe
Because he might not
you could honestly say, "Hey, that's the ship that the colony said they were missing."
Yeah.
Yeah, as we earlier had mentioned to you earlier, that we are also on a routine mission to bring back some stolen property. I'm sure that, as you know, in your experience, you have understood that your property can be stolen by any number and manner of people. And based on what we're seeing on this runabout here, it is Federation, but it is not Starfleet. These are typically civilian types of vehicles. So I can understand your concern, and I share many of your questions. What would a ship like this be doing out here? And especially in the shape that it's in now, just as a shell. There were no life signs when you saw it come aboard. Why would civilians willingly go into Klingon space, especially after the kind of event that some people are saying happened and some people are saying did not? It seems that we have more questions than answers. But we are on the same page in that we both share these questions. There may be answers that we both may share as well, but only if we can share this information in good faith and in trust.
Very well, Captain. Here is my offer to you and your staff. Investigate the ship. We will investigate and look over your sensor data, and we will compare our notes, and then we will see where we are. Is that fair?
That's fair to me, as long as my chief medical officer is free to move about.
Your chief medical officer offered himself. It would be dishonorable to not recognize that. He will be fine, assuming we're fine.
Then perhaps we could take we could have the assistance of one of your Klingon shipmates as well, to... I'm just gonna rewind that. No. I'm getting some real stank eye from security officer like,
Only if they offered.
Only if they offer?
He offered.
He did offer, didn't he? Okay.
Well, please.
Yeah.
That was the honorable thing to do. Federation be lying.
I am sure. I doubt though that they would want us to roam about their ship unescorted.
Oh, you will have escorts.
Of course.
You will clearly have escorts. Please bring the remainder of your senior staff here to investigate the runabout. I would love to hear your explanation for what we're seeing here. And we will, of course, look at your sensor data, and then we can compare notes, as you say.
That is agreeable to me, General Torg.
I'm so happy to hear that. Please enjoy.
Man, is he sarcastic or what, y'all?
I don't know. He might just be happy.
That's just how Cappy reads on Klingon.
He did sound just
He's
happy.
just the most polite Klingon ever.
Like, he's in conflict. He's happy.
Yeah.
You may have a point there. Okay.
He leaves. You do have a guard left with you, but you two are still in the shuttle bay. You two are still in dinner, and you're locked up in a little cell somewhere.
Well, he said he wanted all of the senior staff on here, so can we grab everybody and bring him back here, including him and his...
Well, no, he meant those two. Like, in theory, all of our senior staff is here.
Right.
Yeah.
Collateral.
Yeah.
He's
Here's
collateral.
collateral. All right, so let's bring him back from the dinner room.
Sure, if you can tear it away from the food.
All right, I poke my head back in. You guys are...
Good to go. Let's go. Is there something to look at?
yeah, we have a civilian runabout to run some sensors on. We need to see what
Show
we
it
can find.
to me.
Right this way.
Eats as she's walking.
I get it to go.
Apparently,
So
he's a nervous eater.
the runabout is in, it's not torn in half.
No.
It's not, like, our ship got a little bit
Spanked.
Yeah.
torn in half, but this is,
It's in
it's in pretty good shape.
I mean, you haven't really looked at it, but I mean,
But
it
I'm
is-
looking at it
It's
now.
not, yeah.
So we're looking at it now. What do we see?
I want to know what I see.
Yeah.
Okay, the outside of the runabout itself is intact. The inside of the runabout, there are some missing components. The warp core is missing. The computer systems are missing. The computer core is missing. All the other things are still there. You're missing the warp core. You're missing the
Computer core?
the computer core. Everything else is there. Your navigation's there, sensors, everything.
Is there anything there that shouldn't be?
Nothing there that shouldn't be. It is a runabout, but it has been stripped of its power, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Power and computer.
Does it look like the Klingons pulled all that out?
It's gonna be really hard to do.
Okay, yeah.
Does it look strategically pulled out,
Or-
like rummaging?
It wasn't ripped.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
it's
It was
clearly-
strategically pulled out and not in search of something, perhaps.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Then I feel like that gives us.
Was removed.
So without these systems, there's no way this ship could have gotten there on its own.
No.
Where would it have gone?
Well,
See, the missing pieces would have to have been taken.
Is there a manifest?
No, it would be on the computer core.
yeah.
Or even
we
just
do-
any physical markings that tell me what ship this is?
Can we do like a physical sweep to see if there are any like signs of Andorian stuff? Like, is
Yeah,
there a
are
way
there-
for us
Oh,
to
you want
check?
to do scans like?
Yeah, scan for.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. You can scan for that. It's gonna be a roll for the scan though. For the
Is there a
scan,
VIN number? I know. Well, I know I'm sounding crazy when I say it, like I'm joking, but what I really mean is like are there like
Sure.
I know they're doing like actual scans. I'm like looking for like physical evidence of where this.
Is that transponder still there?
Sure. Let's start with the
Yeah.
physical scans first,
Yeah.
since you asked for that first. Let's do a scan on that. Let's do reason, and we're actually, since you're scanning for like physical stuff, let's do reason and medicine.
Okay.
Okay.
Difficulty.
Damn it, and you're in there.
I have a 14 on that.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me.
Let's do a difficulty of 3 on this.
Difficulty 3. And ship assist with.
Well,
Man,
there's no
I haven't
assist,
rolled.
no ship
Can,
assist.
can a second person
The
assist?
second person can assist. Sure.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I have one success.
Missed it by 1. So close.
So 1 success.
Yeah.
What
was it? It was a difficulty of 3?
3.
Ah.
Yeah.
You're getting there. There's just so much in there. There's a lot of Klingon DNA. There's a lot of other DNAs in there. You're getting everything from Klingon, human, Trill, Andorian. There's just
Not very
a ton
helpful.
of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's hard to really diagnose what's in there.
Like maybe it was a transport ship or like a taxi.
Hard to say.
Yeah.
Like it was the runabout for a colony.
So going to your
be.
question, you wanted to find any identification?
Yeah. Like yeah.
Yeah. You are able to find the markings. This is the runabout that was missing from Ajilon.
Okay. All right.
Wait.
I was right. I was
Yeah.
right. I was right.
Does that
It's
time out?
not just you.
Yeah,
No, I know,
because
I know,
they
but
looked the day before.
I don't need to think about myself.
Okay.
It went missing. That's
You're
why I
right.
asked.
All right. Shoot.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Dadgummit.
All roads lead to Kronos. This to be the title of this episode.
I'll make a note of that just in case.
So why would you possibly fly a ship in a Klingon space to remove stuff to set off a quake, unless that was part of the escape? I know you all have already thought of this. I'm just thinking about it now.
Well, isn't that assuming
because
that
I just don't think while we're here.
Isn't that assuming that the quake was somewhat intentional?
Not necessarily. It just means it happened here. It could have been an accident.
Sure, but if you're on the run.
And anything that is causing that kind of large time-space distortion means that whatever they were doing required a ton of energy.
Yeah.
And was probably traveling like, boy, they really wanted to run. Because they either, with that kind of energy expulsion, I'm saying this out of character, I'm just talking.
Yeah.
Why not do
then
a
that
new
means it's
character?
like,
Have this conversation with each other.
it's good.
Why not play a role?
Yeah, I know.
Play roles.
I've been thinking.
And so give me your theories. What are you thinking now?
Perhaps they opened a wormhole, either through time or space, as a way to escape. I heard you mention the possibility of there being another ship that they met up with, but I think possibly that ship. But why
the missing components from the ship would have to go somewhere, so there would have to be a second ship.
Unless they had a wormhole and just kind of shunted it through.
Well, but you can't just step out of the
It's not a slip and slide.
A wormhole.
You have to. You still have to have a ship.
I'm sure the gravitational forces.
No. Look, it sounds awesome.
Mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to scan the ship for its age.
For its age.
Yes, I want to see if it has some sort of weird time distortion.
Okay, all right. So
Nice.
so you're looking for particles that would show something like, all right.
Yeah, either that or just like carbon dating essentially the materials within the ship. See if it's like, oh well, this is 100 years earlier or later than it should be.
Fair enough. Let's do reason and science.
Can I assist with that?
Sure. Difficulty 3 on this again.
Yeah.
If you want to buy dice, let me know now.
It's 14.
We want a Klingon ship. We don't want to buy dice.
Why stack the odds?
Yeah. Oh, we didn't make it. I got 2.
No.
You're not seeing anything.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this too close to looking for the same thing, but just basically looking for signs of damage at like a microscopic level, at an atomic level?
Or the trace.
Looking for odd kinds of radiation?
Energy signatures, perhaps.
Sure. You can scan for that. Give me another scan. Same thing. Reason and science. Difficulty 3.
Can I assist on that?
Sure.
14.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Buy any dice?
I also have a focus on theoretical physics and warp engines. Would that be helpful?
Yeah.
If you can explain how that would be helpful.
Say that again?
Explain how that would be helpful.
Well, if we are kind of thinking about a wormhole type of idea, and the warp core was the thing that was missing, and we're trying to pinpoint some kind of energy signature, possibly about when the warp core left, that might be something that I'm particularly well suited for.
Yeah,
All right. Works for me.
And I have focus in warp technology, so I would be looking for any signs of the warp core being used for an effect other than, generating a warp field and propulsion.
Something go boom.
Say the first part of that again.
So basically, what I'm looking for is signs of a warp core or warp technology, which is what my focus is in, being used for... Basically, I'm looking for side effects of warp technology being used for something other than just normal propulsion.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Difficulty 3 again.
Okay, and focus means that successes are doubled?
Yes.
All right.
I gotta fail.
I got 1, 2, 3, 6.
Oh.
Oh no, not 6, 5.
5,
Because that's
yeah,
just doubled.
yeah.
Or does it double again?
No.
If it's a 1?
No, you're
Okay,
not.
so
Do we get
that's
momentum
four.
for this now, too?
Yeah.
We do.
4.
We get.
So you'll get a momentum. Yay! You got a momentum.
Finally got a momentum. For all the people out there who love it when we get or use momentum, we have one.
Hey.
We're gonna spend it.
After the number of times we banked it up and been like, it's a.
I know. I'm like, I'll just use my.
Oh, there's no momentum.
It's been a hot minute.
Okay, so you're doing a scan, and when you really get deep into the structure of the ship itself, you do notice that there seems to be, at the atomic level, microfractures that are radiating out from the center of that runabout. It appears, looking at the energy signature, it appears as if maybe there was a warp core involved, because you are able to get some of that residual energy from that. And whatever did that caused microfractures throughout the superstructure of the runabout itself.
Something possibly indicative of a very high energy source.
And when you say center, not where the warp core should be.
Not where the warp core should be.
Okay.
Well, I think this is good information to, let's ask security. How much of this information do you think that General Torg should know? I'm inclined to give him this as a rationale for us to get more information from him so that we
There's-
can...
Klingons watching us right now, yes?
Yeah, I'm doing this out of character right now.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you can assume that they aren't be like over your
Okay.
shoulder.
Cool. What are your thoughts?
I think that we can certainly confirm that this was the stolen merchandise from the civilian outpost.
But as far as the microfractures or anything else like that, a little bit closer to the vest?
I think we would need to see a bit of their hand
Yeah.
before we offer that up.
Okay.
But mostly I think we can confirm that this was in no way related to any sort of Federation or any sort of Starfleet order. And were most likely the results of rogue civilians who will be pursued
And brought to
by
justice.
Starfleet. We had no idea that this was caused by Federation individuals in Klingon space.
Right. We still need to figure out who it was, but that's our priority now.
Well, I would just say that it is the Klingons are our allies, and this is an insult to them, and it is in Starfleet's interest that these people be brought to justice. But XO, what is your thought? I mean, you're the most familiar with Klingon rationale. What are your thoughts on tactics to take?
Apologize. I was considering the implications of the space station that we investigated on our first mission and how that relates to this ship. I'm trying to mull over how this event must be related to the starship or the space station and its research. But how would two people manage to take an item, a complex piece of machinery, put it on one runabout, take it to another planet, and then take that to yet another runabout, fly it here, install it, and cause something to happen?
I agree that the logistics have us speculating wildly, and until we get more information, it's going to be very difficult for us to figure this out.
Yes, I can't quite fathom it. I apologize, I was not listening.
No, it's fine.
What that's coming to is I don't... What?
Recap
Yes.
is what you're wanting?
Please.
Sure. Our thoughts are we confirm with what we offer Torg is that we've confirmed that this is the civilian stolen runabout. That it is news to Starfleet that this incident was caused by a Federation piece of equipment, and that it is quite an insult, and because it puts because we value, this is an insult to Klingons, and these people must be brought to justice, and we'll make sure, whoever they are, that we will find them in order to do so.
I don't think it's enough.
What How would you?
This level of embarrassment and insult to the Klingons of not only having one Federation ship coming into this space, but yet another, and in between a cataclysmic cosmic event happening under their watch. Klingons hate to be embarrassed. We cannot offer them the fact that we will pursue justice. We have to give them justice.
They have to have the opportunity to dole out justice to.
But how do we invite them to do this with us, knowing that we're on a classified?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I'm saying that whoever we find and whoever's responsible may have to be judged by Klingon law. Because the crime that was committed, and the offense that was committed, and the embarrassment was to the Klingons.
Sure.
More than the Federation.
And that's long term.
Yes.
Short term for today.
How do we get off this ship with Cade?
Or without.
Dealing with is a good method.
That was levity out of
Well,
character.
how do we know that this was? I mean, the space quake was a big deal, and it hurt. It caused a lot of damage, but we still don't know if it was intentional at this point, do we? It could have been a natural disaster of unknown origin, and we still need to figure that out as well.
Seems highly unlikely. Sorry. Was that in character or out of character?
Both.
We'll
It seems
just
highly unlikely.
be in character. But again, what I'm looking for is what we offer him without telling him everything that still allows us a certain amount of opportunity
Right.
to move about in that reinforces an allyship.
Right. We still need their permission or their okay to keep doing what we're doing without dragging them too much more into this.
Well, then the other option is to promise yourself.
Does Cade count?
Cade counts. However, we'd have to essentially agree that we'd be working for the Klingon Empire.
Is there any way for me to send to connect with one of the admirals in the position that we are in Klingon space with it being undetectable?
Oh no.
You're like, no.
Is there anything I'm missing, Mark, that might be a better result than these things I'm just kind
No,
of
I
putting
think
up my
that
head?
you are doing Klingon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing Klingon very well. Let's jump a minute to Kate. What you doing, Kate?
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen.
Did you say triple?
What was that?
Did you say triple I've seen?
I wish I had now.
man, you should've.
I really wish I had now.
That's it. That's the song now.
Yeah,
Nobody knows
the
the
tribbles. The tribble I've seen. Trying to scare the Klingons with mentions of tribbles.
There's a pounding on the road. Like, keep it down.
Sorry.
Is there anybody in there with him, or is he solo?
He's all alone.
Oh, buddy.
Small little cell.
Do I have any? Is it like an enclosed room? I'm like in solitary, or it's like
Think of it as like a broom closet. They just kind of shove you in.
okay.
Yeah, there's not a lot.
Broom
Is
closet.
are there any kind of
without the
like
brooms?
guard in there with me, or okay?
I mean, if you just want to keep singing, that's fine too.
Yeah. I'm just like, is there anything in there like for me to like? Is there anything in there?
There's
Like,
I would say the closest approximation to a broom that you would find on a Klingon vessel is right over there.
Oh, there is a broom.
Yeah, there you go.
Dance number.
It spews acid that eats the dirt.
To say it bites.
it's like a broom, but instead of a broom, it ends in a blade.
It's weird.
Kill just carve away in the floor.
Teeth.
I will kill this dirt for the dishonor it has wreaked upon my floor.
Klingon guards outside are like,
You hear him?
yeah, he's weird. Humans.
Is there anything like a ball or anything like in there? Like, like kind of.
I imagine you like asking this through the door. Is there anything like a ball?
Can we get like a ball in here? Or
It's not like I'm bouncing at the wall.
Keep it down.
what are your names?
Keep it quiet, Federation.
Very lovely name. Keep it quiet, Federation.
Shut up! Just stop talking. Stop singing. Stop talking. Stop asking for balls and brooms.
Well, you've left the broom in here. That's mine to do with as I
want to kill you right now, but the general would. Slam the door. Please sing. Let's go back to this.
swing low.
Go back to the rest of you. What's up?
Okay. Have we done everything that we can to check up on this roundabout? I did not call it a roundabout.
No, you didn't.
You did not. Great.
Well done.
Nice work. XP. You get XP.
You can take one out of the jar.
Yeah. So we've checked what we could. Are we done checking it?
I can't think of anything else.
Yep.
What were the failed scans? We looked for
Time.
Physical-
Yeah.
Time scan, bioscan.
Yeah. Those both failed.
Okay. We did successfully identify it as
It's
the
the ship.
Ajilon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's on prime ship.
No, I mean, I will say when you do get the fails, you're still getting information. You're just
Yes.
not
That's fair.
getting exactly what you're looking for. So,
Right.
like the information you had, you found human, you found Andorian, you found what were the other ones? That
Klingon.
You
Trill,
said everything.
Klingon.
Yeah. You said all the majors.
Yeah. And then there were particles, but you didn't
Right. Yeah.
see
yeah.
that.
All right. Well, we'll let the attendants know that we're ready to head back and meet with General Torg. Is he still in the dining room?
He's not in the
Cafeteria?
dining room. He's
Okay.
going to be in his writing room at this point.
All
Could
right.
I possibly go back and check that Andorian signature to see if it's male Andorian?
Sure. Yeah. Give me a reason science check. Difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3.
I'm gonna need someone to help me with that.
Reason and science?
Buy some dice.
I have 14 for reason and science.
Me too, but you can.
buy some
we have the
dice, too.
same
Yeah.
chance
Nice.
of rolling a
Wanna buy
terrible
any dice?
roll.
Wanna buy any dice?
No,
Shot.
we're still on the Klingon ship.
Super shot in the dark.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fail.
2 successes.
Oh.
But 2 successes.
Well, you did 3.
Difficulty 3.
Oh, but if only.
Maybe you bought some.
Too bad there was.
Yeah.
No, it comes with the threat.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's degraded. We'll say that it's been degraded from everything.
Sure,
that's
yeah.
been there.
We're a Klingon ship, and look where you are.
I chose to be there. I'm exactly where I want to be.
This room's great. I love this.
I love it. You think this is a bad place to be? You've never seen a Cardassian detention cell.
So I let our escort know. Please take us to General Torg at your earliest convenience. Whenever he's ready, we'd love to tell him what we saw.
Move on. It leads you out, down.
As
They take
we're
down the
walking,
radio.
I'm just gonna reiterate. This, with this gambit, realize that you are pledging your life for a result.
Elaborate on that, please.
Wait,
If you do not find the people responsible for this embarrassment to the Klingon Empire and deliver them to the Klingon Empire, you must stand in their stead.
That I assume responsibility for a thing that we're not sure whether it was an intentional or not, even though this is already our mission to find these people anyway.
Don't think like a human. Don't think like a trill.
Don't tell them that it was our mission to find them.
Of course not. I will definitely not do that.
But don't think like a trill. Think like a Klingon.
How comfortable are you with delivering this information?
I'll step into your shoes if necessary. I'll put my life up.
What would that do to the captain, though?
Yeah. It probably does need to be me, but all right. So I've got the talking points. I feel pretty good
do you
about
want me
those.
to? Would you like me to say it? Is that what you're asking? I can, but I agree, once again,
It should come from the captain.
the general wants to hear this from you.
Yeah.
Because it's your promise, not mine.
All right.
Show
All right.
weakness.
All right. I'm gonna be super brave about it.
Also, at this point, Izzy's like visibly angry, frustrated.
Why?
Because we're finding nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just you. All right. We're knocking on the door. General Torg, is he seeing us in?
Yeah, door opens up. General Torg's waiting. Captain, welcome back. What have you found?
Thank you, General Torg. Well, it is with a heavy heart that we can confirm that this was the missing or stolen civilian runabout. That being said, it's not clear where our next trail is going to be. We would love to find out more about this because the fact that this was in Klingon space may have had an association with a catastrophic event. Obviously, this is a huge insult to you, to the Empire, and every Klingon within this space. And we understand how important it is to bring these people to justice, especially since they stole Federation equipment to do whatever it is they needed to do. That being said, we still don't know enough about what happened based on our own sensor scans. At this time, we would welcome any information that you have so that we can make sure to rectify the wrongs that have been applied to the Empire, to your people. And we understand that we need to pursue and bring these people to justice. What information can you give us to help and assist us on this, to restore honor to
Captain,
the Empire?
where did you say this shuttle was from?
We had information that the shuttle had been missing from
Ajilon.
Prime.
From Ajilon Prime. That is the only information that we had, and it seems to be a clear match based on what we were able to gauge on these sensors. But beyond that, why it was there, anything else like that, we are still unsure.
Captain, may I have a word in private?
Certainly. You guys peace out. Start playing some dice. Klingons.
He's pouring you some blood wine, hands it over.
I still have some.
Outside
Pull it out of your
mansion.
pockets. You got all these pockets.
You guys bring me a ball or something?
No.
No, I do.
Captain, your Federation is a constant mystery to me. Has been my entire life, and I've spent my entire life trying to figure you out. You tell me that a shuttle is here, but it's not Starfleet, it's Federation. You tell me that you're investigating it. Then you tell me this shuttle is from Ajilon. Ajilon, a colony at the border of Klingon space. And suddenly, a runabout from a Federation colony at the border of Klingon space is at the epicenter of an attack on the Empire. So, explain to me, what is Ajilon? Is it a colony like the Federation says? Or is it a beachhead? This is what I want to know, Captain. Captain to Captain.
Out of
Because
character, what's a beachhead?
it's kind of like a...
Forward position.
Yeah.
Like
When an invading army is...
It's Hawaii.
It's, it's Hawaii
It's the staging point for an invasion.
Got it. Okay. All right.
I say this to you, Captain, because in all of my time of trying to understand the Federation, I have to say I have come to respect Starfleet captains. So I'm asking you, Captain, what is Ajilon, and what is Starfleet's role in this?
It's a garage that a car was stolen.
In all honesty, we are still trying to figure that out ourselves. As you understand, the Federation is vast. Starfleet is also vast. Much as the Empire, the Klingon Empire is vast, it is a challenge to understand what all the moving parts are at any given point in time. We're hoping this is not a wild goose chase, especially since so many of these factors are starting to add up in ways that go beyond mere coincidence, and I'm sure you can agree with that. But in terms of what is happening, why it's happening, until we find out more, there's no way that I can give you an answer that is not going to be pure speculation. And it would do us a disservice if I were to throw conjecture your way. Out of respect, I am being transparent in that regard. I understand that's a deeply unsatisfying answer, but so far...
On the contrary, Captain, has a very satisfying answer. Leave it to a politician to give platitudes of what Ajilon is, a peaceful colony, but no, you give me what you feel is the truth. You don't know. For that, you have my respect. Please have a seat. My crew has gone over your sensor logs, and it is valuable information, but unfortunately nothing new that the Empire has not already found. What is missing from your sensor logs are things that maybe we have found. But I have to say, Captain, as I've said before many times, my duty is to the Klingon Empire to protect it from all threats. If there is a threat to the Empire, I need to know, and I need to end it.
I understand your position. Do we know what kind of a threat this is? Obviously, the event that it created at the scale that it did is a threat for not just Klingons, but possibly everyone. We have a vested interest in understanding the nature and details of this threat as well, which is why I welcome any insight and assistance that you can give, because our role in this, even if it was limited only to the fact that we had stolen equipment that belonged to us, perhaps it was more. Perhaps there is more going on in Ajilon Prime that I am not privy to know. But until we find out more, we are all at risk.
So, Captain, tell me, what should I tell Chancellor Gowron when he asks for an update? How should I explain to him a Federation ship coming into Klingon space to investigate this event after finding it? How am I supposed to explain this to Chancellor Gowron and maintain my head?
I am pausing out of character. That awkward silence is only here at the table and not in the thing. How do I want to respond? Okay. We will do everything that we can to get every answer we possibly can about the situation. We will need some cooperation, some freedom to continue moving through Klingon space. That being said, in good faith, I would like to give you continual updates. I would like to make sure that you're getting some of our sensor logs when it comes to this information as well. And if the situation is not brought to justice, if we cannot find the perpetrators of this serious catastrophic event, I offer myself as personal collateral to speak in front of the Chancellor and for justice to be meted out according to the Klingon system. Would that be sufficient to restore your honor in this time of uncertainty?
Are you saying that you would take the responsibility for this aggression against the Empire?
I will.
And you have your word on this.
I am giving it to you now.
Pulls out a knife, slices his hand,
Going for the blade.
slices it before you can even get there. He takes it, he's like, Captain to Captain, I hold you to this. You will find this or you will pay.
I understand.
Kabla.
Kabla!
Captain, you have my respect. Your crew member, however, is angering the guards.
He doesn't do very well by himself. I probably should have warned you.
You might want to get him before he's killed just to shut him up.
Thank you. I will do that right away.
Captain, I want to remind you what you're committing to here. I will deflect Chancellor Gowron, but I expect updates from you personally. If there is any way that we can assist you, we will consider it. Just please remember, the Empire will be satisfied.
As it should be.
And maybe pass this on to your commanders. We're watching Ajilon.
Understood. Thank you.
Remember, I'm here for the Empire. If that means working with the Federation, I will do it. If that means destroying the Federation, I will also do it. That is all.
Thank you for your time. I'm going to go pick up...
Oh, Captain, before you leave. In good faith, we did, upon arrival for investigation, find a warp signature leaving this area. We will forward that information onto your ship.
Thank you. That will prove very helpful as we restore justice.
I expect nothing less.
Thank you, General
Captain.
Torg. Woo! Drop some loot! Whew! Finally! All right. We'll
Izzy is literally wherever you left her, gnawing through a bone.
Nice. Getting out of that marrow. All right, so gathering the Scooby Gang, getting Kate out of solitary.
You find Cade, and he's in kind of a competition of headbutts with the Klingons. They let him out. They're headbutting each other.
Again!
Yeah, that's all brand. You almost done there, Cade?
What are we up to now?
We've got a lead on a warp signature, and we're ready to get out of here.
No, you leaving? One more. Cade Nahil. Klingon at heart.
Making
You
friends.
do me great honor. The honor is mine, Nahil.
Okay.
Transport
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Transport room 5 to beam.
You being back to the Mazu, everyone intact. The smaller birds of prey leave. The Vortex
Right.
class is still there, just kind of in a holding position, just waiting. You do, after you beam back, there is another transport to the transporter room that comes in. You do hear one of the engineers call up, Captain, there's been a transport from the Vortex ship.
Oh, is that the warp signature that we're looking for?
No, this
No,
is
it's
an
a
actual. No, it's not a person. It's a container.
We'll be right there. In what cargo space are you in?
Oh no, we're in transport.
It's with us.
Transporter room? It's with us. They
Well, came in right after you. You just left, and it came in just a minute later. I mean, you can come back. You're right down.
Can we do like a quick tricorder scan to make sure it doesn't explode?
Sure, I'm already scanning. Yeah, nothing. Yeah,
Oh, no. The scan clear?
nothing explosive.
It's a box with a face on it.
Okay, then
Is it a space puppy?
Opens and jewels come out.
I'm charging in to look at it myself.
I'm in there too.
Looks like a box.
How do we open it?
I scan it.
latch.
What do I see?
You see a latch. It's shielded. Your scans aren't getting through. It is
The latch.
shielded.
Is there...
I reach for the latch and just open it.
Yes.
There are like 3 jugs of blood wine in there.
Aw, buddies.
I
pull out one of the jugs and scan it.
I made some friends. I grab it out of your hand and open it up and
Well, don't celebrate too soon. We still have
I
a lot of work
scanned
to
the
do.
blood wine. What did I find?
Blood wine.
Just blood wine.
Found blood wine.
All 3 of them?
Blood wine.
I made friends.
I scanned the inside of the box. Do I find anything?
Remnants of blood wine.
Just blood wine.
Blood wine.
Are these from
Nothing
his
else.
buddies or the general?
It's just a box. It just showed up.
All right.
This isn't how the Klingons would attack us. By
No,
poison.
there's no honor in poison.
Oh
Yeah, we-
no, I'm desperately hoping for more information that maybe they snuck on board, but apparently not.
They don't.
No.
Klingons are not great sneakers.
You know, I need information.
I made friends.
You did great. You did great.
Do we have a broom closet?
Yeah, it's called sick bay.
It was quite an adventure.
Take some of that to George.
Oh yeah,
He likes that stuff.
yeah.
You may also want to check yourself for concussions. I'm
Also
sure you're
have
aware.
George.
Oh yeah.
You're sounding very stupid right now.
Oh yeah.
Exo, why don't you bring a jug of this blood wine back to the bridge? I'm going to go ahead and debrief and check in with some of my admirals.
What was that information that we got?
A warp signature.
I want to start scanning for that immediately.
Yes, please. Make sure that, I don't know, Jam, make sure she gets the warp signature information to start looking at it. After I'm done talking to the admirals, let's do a quick debrief, figure out what you see about it.
Cool. Yeah, you gonna do a debrief?
I feel like I need to check in with the admirals because there's a whole lot of information going on that it's been a while, right?
Hey, Mark, it
Which one?
does seem like an act break.
It almost
seems like that.
It's like an act break. We had a couple good laugh lines.
All right. Yeah, I think it is an act break. Want to take a quick little break here?
Yeah.
Take a quick little break. We're going to come back in just a minute. We'll finish up this one. So let's take a second. We will see you guys in just a few minutes.
And I will kill any man who questions me otherwise.
I don't know what just happened.
Oh, are we back?
We're back. Hi.
He was just he was talking to his insurance company.
Really enjoying that bloodline.
You will rule this, Geico!
All right. Thanks for bearing with us for a little bio break. I like those act breaks. We got to take them every once in a while. But let's jump back into things. Captain, you said you were going to debrief.
Yeah, I'd like to bring up Admiral Davis first.
Admiral Davis, huh? Big D.
We have a close relationship.
Y'all are tight. You're like fam.
Yeah, we're tight.
The big defense team. Admiral Davis.
All right. Yeah. You hail Admiral Davis. He responds, Captain Rawl.
Admiral Davis coming at you live from Klingon space.
You're joking, right?
Oh no, I'm not joking.
Great. I shouldn't be surprised.
No. So just to catch you up on everything that we've been doing, we traced the epicenter of the space quake to somewhere here in the Klingon Empire.
Yes.
Had a really great meeting with General Torg, who did not like the fact that we were in here, especially since they had captured a runabout from Ajilon Prime that we are suspecting having been, yeah.
No encryption strong enough for what you're seeing to not be picked up by the Klingons. So be careful what you say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me wait. Okay. Let's just rewind a little bit because there was a lot happening at once there.
Super fair.
Okay. You're in Klingon space. You went there because you tracked the epicenter of the quake. Great. Get that. You had an encounter with some Klingons there, apparently. Reasonable assumption, I would assume. There was a runabout from Ajilon.
Of all places, right?
Right. What? Where? Why?
We're still trying to figure that out. The general was kind enough to give us a warp energy signature for us to try to follow and figure out how this all happened.
That's kind. That's much better than the assumption I would have him blowing you out of their space.
Well, as allies, I think it was a very kind. Are we not allied?
We're absolutely allied, but the Klingons are on edge.
And understandably so. It's probably worth noting that I offered myself as
Wait. Hold on. Rawl, what? You did what?
Yeah. Honor's a big deal for these guys,
Yes,
right?
it is.
And in order to make sure that we were able to follow this lead, we needed to establish the kind of trust that I felt I had to personally assume responsibility for, especially considering the fact that we had 4 cloaked Klingon ships surrounding us as we were ordered to have the entire senior staff brought on for a surprisingly well-stocked dinner. But understandably, there's been a huge event happening in their space. I've committed to figuring out what is going on and wanted to make sure that you knew that, I don't know, something might befall me. Or hopefully not, but if that happens, you know why.
Oh, Lenara.
Space is an adventure.
Do you know how personally I take my work?
Clearly, it's not enough you put your life on the line every day. You literally put your life on the line today. Rawl?
Well, to be fair, I think
first,
there are a lot of people who have also been putting themselves on the line, and when something like a space quake happens, we need to figure out what's going on. Not just for the Federation, but also for the Empire, for the sake of our allied relationship. Is one life too much, too high a price to pay?
You know, Raul, that's why I always recommended you for captain. Just saying. Don't get me wrong. I'm terrified for you. I am terrified for you. Who did you actually meet?
General Torg.
Oh! Holy. Hold on. Torg?
Yeah, General Torg. He was surprisingly accommodating given the situation.
Well, he probably did have you surrounded by 4 other ships, didn't he?
Absolutely.
He tends to be accommodating when he has the upper hand like that, yes.
Yeah, but the full spread of Klingon fare was above and beyond. I chose to take that as a sort of sign of kindness.
Fair enough, but you owe your life to General Torg now.
I do, providing that we cannot figure out what the heck happened here with the space quake and the inhabitants of the stolen runabout.
Okay, and the stolen runabout Ajilon, how does that tie in with Dr. Prescott? I think I may have missed something in there.
According to my engineer, this is there's no level of encryption that can make it safe for us to talk about. Is that true? Is that true?
I mean, we can run an encrypted channel here, but I don't know if the Klingons would. Tell you what, you're in Klingon space. We'll just talk about it later. You're okay though, yeah?
Yeah, we're okay for now. I just wanted to keep you in the loop. And is this information that you feel comfortable porting over a report to Admiral Grossich? Or is that something that I need to report in, given the fact that we are in Klingon space at the moment?
Grossich will, I'm sure, hear something. He's been in touch with the Klingon Empire because of this event. So they've been in touch with us as well. So I'm sure he will hear about it. I will relay the fact that you did contact me to him. Don't worry about calling him. It's fine. As long as you and your crew are safe. I'm surprised you are, but well done. Very well done. I'm assuming that you'll be leaving Klingon space now.
We will be following the lead on this warp energy signature. If it takes us out of Klingon space, great. But that is to be determined. The engineering team is working on that right now.
You are gonna give me a heart attack, Ron. You're gonna give me a heart attack. Good work. Well done. Keeping everyone safe. Raul, find what's going on, because Torg is not one to back away from these type of pledges. He will hunt you down if needed. So
it was a blood pact. I would expect that.
He is going to hunt you down. Oh.
Well, hopefully there's no need for any of the hunting. I'm hoping that we can bring him back information as well as the Federation.
I hope so. Did you learn anything else that I should know about, or are we needing some encryption that we're not able to get here?
We've been assured by General Torg that they're going to be watching Ajilon Prime, knowing that the runabout did originate from that location. So that is probably information worthwhile to pass along to the rest of the Federation.
Chancellor Gowron has already expressed his displeasure at that colony, so it doesn't surprise me. It's just really upped the ante on things a little bit.
He did use the word beachhead, which was new to me.
Really? Do the Klingons see Ajilon Prime as a forward staging post for an invasion of some sort?
I would hope that's not the case, but given his use of that terminology, that might not be a terrible theory.
Well, and given the fact, and you said there was a Federation runabout in the space.
Yeah, well, it was a Federation runabout. It was not Starfleet. So I was able to communicate very honestly and transparently that it's likely it was stolen. We still don't know if it was stolen by Federation citizens, but that is what we're going to figure out.
All right. Well, the Klingon Empire is nothing if not paranoid.
Understandably so. On the heels of a space quake, I can empathize.
Yes, we'll notify the colonists at Ajilon Prime. Not that it will do any good if the Klingons decide to make a move.
That poor administrators.
I know. You should probably let Resource know to bulk up, or probably get some more Federation eyes on the space as well.
We'll let Resource know, but that colony is still fairly new. I'm not sure what they're going to be able to do to fortify that, and we have our hands full in other
Fortify it.
parts.
No.
Don't fortify it.
Yeah, it's only gonna be
Yeah, make it as agricultural as possible.
Yeah, open it up to some really easy tourism, maybe.
Sure, I'm
Rise
not
of
sure.
dancers, you know.
Build a theme
Not sure
park.
they would believe us,
Casinos.
Everybody loves
Theaters.
casinos, yeah.
but all right, Raul. What else do you need from me today?
I think that's pretty much it.
Fabulous. So, what's your next step?
We are going to follow the warp energy signature and see where it leads us. We'll keep you posted. Oh, I also have promised to give regular updates to General Torg, so that will be happening concurrently with my updates to you as well.
Reporting to the Klingon Empire. You know what? Yep.
Out here making
CC
friends.
him on all those
Admiral.
emails.
Yeah.
You know what? It is a good move on your part to really solidify that alliance. I think that's probably a good choice. Yes. Raul, well done. Well done. You're doing a great job out there, Raul. Do me a favor. Stay alive and don't give your life over to anybody else.
One is
One's
probably enough for now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Great minds.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm going to give me some more whiskey. And you have
I've driven him to drink.
He was already drinking.
fun. Take care of yourself, Raul. Davis out.
We're all out. Cool.
All right, I've been doing every kind of sensor sweep I can possibly think of to do involving that warp signature. What have I found?
So what you found doing sensor sweeps, you're not really able to find anything because the signature is degraded. It's been long enough for that to happen. But using what the Klingons were able to find, they did find some remnants. It was actually a trail. So it seems like there was something wrong with the warp engine. It actually was leaving a trail. It's degraded by now, but they were able to get a direction out of it. It was not headed towards Kronos against what you were thinking before. It was headed more towards Romulan space.
Dadgummit.
No, not those jerks.
We're not allied with them. I can't pull any favors here.
They're stupid.
Okay, so the trail suggested damage.
Trail is just damage.
I don't want to deal with Klingons. Stupid jerks. They're like butts.
I mean, are they stupid though?
Toward Romulan
Yeah,
space?
really
Towards
stupid.
Romulan space.
So like
We're going north.
through. Okay, so like Romulan, because from that point, Romulan space is either through neutral zone, through Klingon territory, or through Federation territory.
Right.
So which one of those directions?
I'd be a fan of going through Federation territory just to kind of step lightly.
I mean,
It might be worth checking back in with Davis to let him know it's in Romulan territory in case we need some.
Please call him back.
No, not encrypted.
no, so here's the thing. We get back into Federation space. We send him a nice, thoroughly encrypted message explaining the things you couldn't say before and where this is pointing.
Or we've got. I'm just saying, if you're looking to solidify your relationship with the Klingons,
Maybe we do a tag team.
pushing further. We have their permission to move autonomously.
That's true. So maybe taking Klingon space towards that area and seeing if any of our Klingon allies closer to the border have seen, heard,
I mean,
sensed anything.
that's the direction that the trail leads.
Yep.
Let them do some digging.
Well, what have they already seen already?
Digging.
We got the scent.
Right.
Let's hunt.
Yeah.
I mean, they would have seen that it was going in that direction as well, yes?
Let's ask our fellow hunters. Yeah.
I mean, we can head towards Romulan space without going into it yet,
I think that's a great idea.
and pick up more information along the way.
All right. Ensign McCourt at the helm. Hey, buddy. Let's set a course towards the Romulan neutral zone on the edge of Klingon space And let's go to leisurely warp 2.
Any particular destination, or just
Here's the-
point it and go?
Here's the triangulation. Here's the heading.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
And
Follow that course.
Stop right about here.
Right about there? I
Yes, generally in that area.
mean, you want to go all the way to like Starbase 234?
That seems fine.
Is that like very much in? It's in neither, right?
It's in.
That's a
It's
neutral
just outside
zone.
the neutral zone.
Yeah. Starbase 234 sounds good to me, but let's stay in Klingon.
That's the Federation
Space.
starbase.
It's Federation Starbase.
Yeah, let's stay in Klingon airspace
Yes.
to get there, though. And since we're going leisurely and slow, maybe I can send a quick note to General Torg. Nope.
Oh, to Torg, yes.
Yeah, to Torg, and let him know that we're heading that way, and if he knows anybody or has heard anything about this, to holla our way.
Okay, you want to send a message to him?
Yeah.
Okay. You get a hail back.
Oh, General Torg.
Captain Rawl.
I wanted to thank you personally for the warp energy signature. That's been very helpful. It looks like all signs are starting to point towards Romulan space, and so we're making our way there. But I was hoping if you had any way for us to reach out to any of your Klingon team members, colleagues, what do we call them?
Warriors.
Your fellow warriors, your esteemed fellow warriors, to see if they have any additional information that could possibly aid us before we approach the border of Romulan space.
I can tell you that they have also been following the trail and have stopped short of Starbase 234 in deference to the Federation, but perhaps a Federation ship approaching would cause less concern than a flotilla of birds of prey.
Indeed. Perhaps a quick rendezvous. Maybe we could repay the favor with dinner of our own on the starbase to meet and connect and share some intel.
Forgive me, Captain, but I am scheduled to meet with Chancellor Galron.
Of course, of course. Any of your fellow warriors who are closer to the area who have been in pursuit perhaps may be able to join us there.
Perhaps.
Great. Well, I will give you the coordinates.
That's a fucking no.
Here, I'll tell you what, here are the
We're giving
coordinates.
you a bigger jar.
I'm terrible. Just so everybody knows, I'm a human garbage machine.
You know what you need to do is learn how to swear in German.
Oh, there you go.
Scheisse.
I love that.
Yeah,
So,
that's in character. It probably won't trigger any kind of stuff, but gives you an outlet like frack.
Yeah.
So, all right, so we'll be there in 48 hours. And
Did you enjoy the gift?
how remiss of me to remark on it. We thank you very much.
Welcome very much. I hope that this is the beginning of a fruitful relationship.
Indeed. And we still owe each other a bit of blood sport, if I recall correctly.
If you deem it fit.
Well, our chief medical officer may be only too eager to participate based on his excellent experience with your warriors.
Yes, a man of our own heart. Captain, thank you again. Please keep me posted.
We'll be in touch.
He's out. All right, you heading that way?
Yep.
Warp factor something.
2.
Warp
Leisurely
factor 2. Leisurely 2 is going to take you a long time to get there. It's quite a hike.
2. Okay.
You're going to want to go faster.
All right.
Yeah.
It's still going to be a hike even going faster.
All right. Well, we'll go warp 5.
Warp 5. Go warp 5, and y'all can assume the next time there's going to be some ship time, because it is quite the hike to Starbase 234.
Okay.
Okay? And on that, we're going to call it a day. So, the first encounter with the Klingons survived barely.
Now I'm going to go get checked for concussion.
Went better than I thought. They gave us blood wine. I just had to, do a blood pact and
That
offer my
ended
life, but
remarkably well.
Remarkably well.
Yeah.
Remarkably well. I think that all things considered, the fact that you didn't say, the fact that I think, and I'm going to just metagame for a little bit here, I think that the fact that, at least from my perspective, when he asked about Ajilon, he was like, I just don't know. You weren't like, no, it's a colony. It's totally a colony. He expected somebody to say it's just a colony. But the fact you're like, I don't know, maybe something's going on with Ajilon. We're trying to find out ourselves. He's like, Okay, you're not just a sick.
I was on the level.
Yeah, you're not just sick of. I can't even. Say the
It
word.
was our truth. We don't know.
Yeah.
Klingons don't take any BS.
Yeah.
Any shite.
Yeah, and he says that. I mean, I want the like 4 swear words all strung into one to mean like
boy.
something obscure, like space puppies.
Scheiße, Gott, Dammerung.
Yes.
All right, we're going to get out of here, y'all. We're going to be back next week, next Tuesday, for the next chapter in the adventures of the USS Mazu on Constellation. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Remember, tell all your friends about this. Take time right now to like and share this so that everyone will be able to see it. Other than that, we are going to see you next week, same bat time, same bat channel. Thank you, everybody, for being here, and we will see you all next time. Good night, everybody.
Cheers, y'all.
Bye.